Last week, we learned about comparisons. We learned how to compare two variables by seeing if they were equal, not equal, greater than, or less than each other. This week, we'll build on that knowledge by learning about conditionals. A conditional is often referred to as an if-else statement. If a statement is true, then some code will execute. Let's check it out. Okay, let's create a new file called conditionals.js. So we'll go over here and we'll click the Add File button, and we'll call it conditionals.js. Click Return, and your new file is created. So let's start out by declaring a couple of variables. We will say let x equal 4 and let y equal 5. Now we're going to create our very first if statement. We're going to say if, and then we're going to put some parentheses. The statement that we are evaluating is always going to be in parentheses. So you always have parentheses coming after an if. So then we'll say if y is greater than x. And then after that, we're going to use curly brackets to create a little bit of a program that will execute if this statement is true. So what we will do is we will say console.log y is greater than x, exclamation point. So let's see if we can predict what is going to happen when we run this program. So we see if y is greater than x. Well, is y going to be greater than x? We know that y is 5 and x is 4. So yes, y is greater than x. So this statement is true. So because the statement is true, it's going to execute the command in this block right here. So let's save. And then let's run node conditionals.js. And we can see that it ran and it printed out y is greater than x. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another if statement. And now we're going to say if x is greater than y. That's going to be our conditional statement. And then we have our block of code that will execute if that statement is true. So we'll say console.log x is greater than y. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen here? Is x greater than y? No, x is not greater than y. X is 4 and y is 5. So x is less than y. So because of that, this statement here in this block of code is not going to be executed. So let's save again, and we will run the file. And we can see we got that y is greater than x statement from up here, but we did not get the x is greater than y statement from here because it was not true, so that code did not execute. Now let's add an else statement. An else statement goes right after an if statement, and what it means is if the if statement is not true, then you're going to execute this block of code. So we will say console.log, nope, x is not greater than y. Okay, so this is what's going to happen when we execute the code. It's going to check out first if x is greater than y. It's going to find out no, x is not greater than y. So it's going to skip running this statement, and then it goes on to the else statement, and it runs that command instead. So let's save, and we'll run the file. Now we can see we've got our first statement logged right here, y is greater than x, but then it doesn't log the second statement. It does log that last statement. Nope, x is not greater than y. Next week, we will learn how to create a little program that will tell us whether or not it's time to get up based on what time we put into it.
Thanks for watching this video.
If you found my training helpful, please like this video and share it with others. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single lesson. If you're enjoying Monday Morning Automation and you'd like to learn even faster, be sure to check out my book, The Complete Software Tester, which is available in Kindle and paperback on Amazon.com.